got to have with me Ednita Galvan. She actually works for Any Baby Can, and she is the Chief Mission Officer, Program and Fundraising there at Any Baby Can, and she's been with them 8 years. And thank you so much for joining us. Say hello to the people that are listening right now.
Hello, thank you so much for having me today. We are very excited. I'm very excited to share about Any Baby Can and what we do here in the community.
Yes, we were talking earlier, and you kind of gave me a little bit about what you all are doing, and it's always amazing. I always find it amazing when I get to talk to people. I love talking with people, especially when I don't know specifically what they're doing or how they make an impact with a community. And a lot of times, some of the people that we've had on here, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I've heard of you, and I think you do this one thing. Mm-hmm. And then they start letting me know, no, we also do this, and we do this. And before you know it, I'm like, I had no clue of all the things that you do, because I thought maybe you were doing one thing. But I know that Any Baby Can is something very special, because not only because of who you serve, but because as we were talking, you mentioned to me that firsthand, because you're dealing with the situation that you all are helping other people with. Yep. And so if you would like to share about that, we can do that later on. But please let us know a little bit about you, maybe a little background or anything maybe the listeners may be interested in knowing.
Absolutely. Again, thank you so much. So Any Baby Can is a nonprofit here in San Antonio that serves Bexar County and the surrounding counties. We help and support families that have children and youth who have a medical, whether it may be a medical diagnosis or undiagnosed. So we help any medical condition, developmental delay, any serious health issues. So we help families through our 4 different programs. And so our core program is our case management program, which helps families navigate the health and human services to access care, to make sure that their family is thriving and that they get the supports that they need. Oftentimes families come and they are lost because, they just got a diagnosis, or they have some, suspicions that their child's not meeting their milestones, something's, just off. And so they're trying to figure out, how can I help and support my child? Mm-hmm. So we are here and we help and walk the family. We take their hand and we say, hey, let's look at this and let's, together be on your medical journey for your child. We have an Autism Services program where we help families one-on-one. We also do trainings for the community, and we also do trainings for parents to help them understand really what is autism, and then how they can help and support their child. And so then with the community trainings, we help with just understanding what is autism, how can I identify it, accepting autism, and then being in a place where it's inclusive. And like you mentioned before, so for me, that program and just what we do at Any Baby Can is something that is dear to me, because my child has autism. Mm-hmm. He was diagnosed a couple of years ago. And so we have faced a lot of the same things that the families have faced, where you feel alone, you feel scared, and you're like, what next? And so really letting the parents know, one, you're not alone. We're here. Mm-hmm. Any Baby Can is here to help you, to support you, and to guide you through your journey, and help you through our case management, help you through the autism training that we provide. So really excited to be able to share that with everyone. So if you know somebody that may need some support, please have them reach out to us, and I'll provide our information here in a little bit. Additionally, we also have a prescription assistance program. This program is a little bit unique in that it is for anybody in our community. Mm-hmm. So we provide access to free or low-cost prescription medication. So this can be, a lot of the families that we do see are individuals that may need insulin, or that may need medication, not just for diabetes, but for hypertension, so high blood pressure. And we help them walk through the application process for the pharmaceutical companies, and so that they can get the medication either at a very low cost, or they get it absolutely free. And then our last program is our Center for Infant and Child Loss. This program is a very, very just a touching, a very sincere program that offers families support who have lost a child or youth to any cause. So if a family has experienced the loss of a child, then we are able to help that family with some funeral expenses, but we also help the family with counseling. We make sure that they can access counseling and that they have sessions with a licensed therapist or counselor to make sure that they're getting the supports that they need. No family should have to go through that or experience that, but the reality is that it does happen, and we're here to support families through that. Additionally, it's not a full program, but it is a service that we do offer. It's our Sibling Support, and it's a support group for siblings of children with special healthcare needs. So, your child has a disability. Oftentimes families have, their children have siblings, making sure that child is also heard and that they understand their siblings' disability and how they can, one, know that they are heard, but two, that they can become, compassionate advocates for their sibling.
Sure. And there's, if you stop and think about it, there's so many variables there that when people, or like I said myself, haven't walked in those shoes, of course, but you kind of scratch the surface, or you kind of know a little bit, but then when you start to share a lot of these things, and not only this but also this, it all entwines together somehow or another. It all comes together, and that's the whole aspect of sometimes of not knowing that there are services or resources available that makes it even more difficult for people, because it's what do you do, because your focus is your child really, and may get a little overwhelmed everything that you're having to do because you think you're doing it alone.
Absolutely.
And so that's the hardest part, because you're thinking, oh well, nobody knows what I'm going through, and that possibly may be the case, but knowing that there's these type of resources that are available, and especially like that actually go through it, I think you have better understanding of whoever, a parent or parents that come in that say, I know exactly what you're going through.
Absolutely. We meet so many people out in the community that share, oh, I wish I would have known of your program. It would have been helpful to me. But again, resources are limited, and we don't have, the capacity to sometimes do those types of things where you're out and about sharing, spreading the word.
Right.
And so, again, we're grateful to be able to do that here today. With that said, one of the other things that we're able to do is we're able to keep, the costs to a minimum to families. So all the services that I mentioned are provided to families at no cost because of the funding that we're able to get. So we're grateful to our funders, whether they be, private donations or whether it be, foundations in our community. United Way is one of our big partners. So we're definitely grateful to our partners because we're able to then provide these services absolutely at no cost. And so, you did touch on some of those where, families are feeling, those insecurities and are feeling like, where do I turn to? And so we are here to support families. One of the things that now with, as we transition, in this new phase of the pandemic, it's really trying to bring everybody back together. And so we are back in the office, which is a really good thing. Our trainings are back in person. We do offer virtual trainings as well, for some of the families that are still not comfortable or still are not able to leave their homes for whatever reason. We do have that availability, but a lot of families are very excited to just get back into the swing of things, back into training, and so that is available. And one of the great things that you get as a benefit from attending these in-person trainings is you can connect with other parents, so you can talk to other parents,
support group,
and then just really connect and see, oh, I really am not alone. Oh, you did this, or okay, and that helps me figure out, how I can help my child, or oh, that's why they do that, or whatever the case may be.
I guess it feels like you lessen the load, right? Because you're like,
absolutely.
Man, sometimes you feel you are like nobody going through what I'm going through, and you realize, no, you are, and it's like it make it a little easier for you because it's thinking that I'm by myself, and you're really not.
Yeah,
you're
and
really not.
I think that's one of the things that I can't stress enough to the families, to anybody that's listening, and if they have a child with a disability, or they know somebody, one of their relatives or a friend or somebody, knowing that, one, you're not alone. Like a lot of the things that you're experiencing, I feel like sometimes when I hear our case managers talk about, the struggles and then the triumphs that our families are facing,
of course, yeah.
I think back and I'm like, that's exactly what we're experiencing right now. With the pandemic, we saw a lot of regression, with children, just period. Even if your child didn't have a disability, regression was a real thing. Talk to
overall,
talk to educators. They will tell you that.
Exactly.
And so then it's how do we help and support not only those educators but those families and those children so that they can thrive and get the help that they need, but also that they can be really meeting that maximum potential that they have inside of them.
Yeah. And it's, again, we have a lot of listeners, and I know this reaches a lot of people, and not only just through the airways, but also through internet, because everything, is getting put out through the internet. It's not just, we only reach South Texas, but we also reach throughout the world, anywhere. And so just because you may not be located in San Antonio, I can almost promise you that anywhere you may look somewhere, there's going to be a resource, something similar to this. I don't know, is Any Baby Can just locally here? They don't have outside of San Antonio?
That is a great question. So we are actually in 18 counties. So we serve Bexar County and the surrounding counties. So we do have 2 satellite offices. One is in New Braunfels. We're located inside of the food bank out in New Braunfels on Seguin Street.
Okay.
And then in Kerrville, we are also located, we have an office located in Kerrville as well. So we serve Bexar County, Atascosa County, Bandera, Blanco, Caldwell, Comal, Edwards, Frio, Gillespie, Gonzales, Guadalupe, Hayes, Kendall, Kerr, Kimball, Medina, Real, Uvalde, and Wilson County. So we serve a large group of central South Texas, and so we are here to help again and support families that have children birth through 17. So if you're a child or somebody that they just need anything, resources, we can help them figure that out as well.
And that's what I was going to ask. I know that, what I'm envisioning right now is maybe children, maybe elementary age, possibly junior high, I don't know. But so your age group that you're servicing is what, from infant to 17?
To 17,
okay.
Yes. So we'll help that family when that child is turning transitional. So about 12, from like 10 to like 12 is those transitional years, making sure that, your child has the support for what happens after high school, what happens, in terms of the medical care.
Right.
Once your child turns 18, then kind of identifying guardianship and things like that, and we help the families with all of that.
Right. So what happens after 18? I mean, I'm sure there's probably, organizations that can help
yes.
you, because like you said, this is not something that, they'll probably grow out of eventually,
no.
but it's something that's going to be with them the rest of their life. I think it's important that you cover the spectrum of that age group, but also the other side, which you may have information about that in case they're
Absolutely.
in need of that.
Yeah, and so we partner with the ARC of San Antonio. They serve all ages, and so after a child turns 17, they're 18. They can support an individual their whole lives. They serve individuals, adults, and so we partner with them. We work with them very like hand in hand, because a lot of the families that we serve will then eventually, turn 18 and then, need the resources. And so they are one of our true key partners here in San Antonio. And so we would definitely get the family connected to those resources.
Transition into that level.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's, so many things that you'll offer. Again, like I said, you never know until you get to talk to someone. And I know sometimes you aren't able to do that for whatever reason, but this is why our program, Bridging the Gap, and our radio talk show is available for them to be able to come and share this to maybe somebody's listening right now that may be affected directly with this, and maybe you're at the point of being discouraged, or you're confused, or you don't know what to do, and you think, well, there's nothing available out there or whatever, this is a good program that you want to get connected with, that will help you in, what you're dealing with. Or maybe they may be able to give you some advice or connect you with someone that, if they can't, I'm sure they could probably be able to connect you to someone who can help you.
Absolutely.
So it's always great to be able to know that these things are out there. Now, if somebody's listening, before we still have a little bit of time, but if somebody's listening and maybe they want to reach out to you, how can they contact you, or the information where they can reach you?
Great question. So you can always give us a call. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Our phone number is 210-227-0170. Again, 210-227-0170. And we are available, again, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then we are also, just, to throw it out there, we are located on Howard Street. So our address is 217 Howard Street. Our zip code is 78212. We are catty corner to the Luby's on Main Street.
Okay.
In between Main Street and
I
San
know
Pedro.
I know where Luby's is at.
I figured you would. I figured that's a great spot. And so we're there Monday through Friday. If you want to just stop by, we're there. We can visit with the family, meet the family, help the families. We definitely do take walk-ins.
Okay.
You can also visit our website. So if you want to do a self-referral, or you want to refer someone to us, or you just want to check us out on our website, it's anybabycansa.org. Anybabycansa.org. And then you can follow us on social media. Our handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are at anybabycansa as well. At anybabycansa.
Okay. I was just thinking about the location. Are you like on a 2-story house?
So we are a house, and it does look 2-story, but there is no second story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking. I think I saw the sign there one time, and
Yes.
when you said that, I was kind of putting it together, and I'm like, I think I know where it's at. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I know you said you were covering some of the different counties. Mm-hmm. How does that work? Do you go to these individuals wherever they're at? Is that
Yes.
you do travel to them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So all of our case management team, they will do a needs assessment, and they will meet with the family, and they will go directly into the family's home.
Okay.
It has been a little bit different with the pandemic.
Right.
So if the family is comfortable with us going into the home, we are definitely going in. And I can tell you that more families are, getting back into the swing of things, and our case management team has been inside, and we sit with the family, and we do ask that the child is there, so that we can kind of
Make an assessment, a better assessment. Yeah.
We do want to include the child, even if the child is a toddler, even if the child is a baby, because we want to make sure that with our person-centered goals that we are working on and achieving, that the child does have a voice, because it's still,
after all, it's all about him, right?
Yeah. And
or
so
her.
making sure that their voice is heard. And so
Right.
we do request that. We know that sometimes it can get a little bit difficult whenever it's like the school year and things like that, but our team is definitely very flexible and works with the family.
Okay.
And so we are able to meet the family in their home or anywhere in the community that they would like to meet.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Now, real quick, before we finish here, we have a little bit of time, but I know you want to talk about really quick about an event that's coming up.
Yes, I want to invite everyone to attend our Walk for Autism. It is going to be on April 2nd, and it is going to be from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., and it is going to be at San Antonio, or at Texas A&M San Antonio, over off of 410. We are very, very excited. This event is absolutely free to the public. It is also an official Fiesta event. We do ask for you to register, and there are links on our Facebook or on our website, so you can register and create your team. And then, we do take donations, so anybody interested in doing that can do that as well on there. We are very excited. This year is our 18th annual Walk for Autism, and really just brings people together and to just bring that awareness of autism And then, again, any of the funds that are raised go back to the programs themselves. So goes back to the, the autism program, so that we can continue to provide the trainings to the families at no cost.
Right, definitely. And we were talking about that earlier. As much as we may be a nonprofit, sometimes it's like, we still need money to make things happen. What we can do to help others, of course.
Right.
So if anybody's listening and want to be part of that, that's something, because, you heard everything they're doing, and it's all for free. So anything that you're investing or putting into this program, like Any Baby Can, man, what a blessing, because you're able to help other kids. And sometimes we may not be able to do it, or we may not be able to go and do what y'all are doing, but being able to donate or give makes your job, I don't want to say it's a little easier, but makes your job possible.
Absolutely.
That you all will be able to go out and make that impact on the community as well, on the children that you're serving. Real quick, again, if maybe somebody's listening out there, or maybe somebody that could benefit from this program, where can they contact you or reach out to you again, please?
And they can reach out to us via phone. Our number is 210-227-0170. Again, we are located on Howard Street, catty corner to Luby's downtown. So again, 217 Howard Street. And then lastly, our website, anybabycansa.org, or on any of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are at anybabycansa. Again, anybabycansa.
I like that. Any baby can, and they can, if everybody helps, everybody contributes, there's so much that we're able to do to make an impact on these kids that, are dealing with this issue that they didn't ask for, but yet, whatever we can do to help to make their lives easier or better, that's what we want to do. I know Bridging the Gap is behind this, your program, and whatever we're able to do. Again, this is one way that we can help to get the word out. And so we're just about at the end of our program here, but I want to thank you for joining us here, and appreciate what you do, because like I said, you really are doing something from the heart, I believe, and making an impact and affecting kids that otherwise may not have the best life they can possibly have because of their situation.
Absolutely. Making sure we can meet that maximum potential for each of the children is our goal. Right,
exactly. And that's what we're here to do. Bridging the Gap is always, like I said, we're inspired by faith, but are committed to taking action and being able to be that impact that we can make in our community by being able to provide or connect you to these different services. Again, we're at the end of our program. Thank you so much, and we'll be back here next week. God